My name is Scott, and I am here to talk to you about the future of games. But first, a very quick plug for my own game, Barbaric.
It's lit.
For gamers who are dissatisfied with the shocking lack of cooperative multiplayer roguelikes on the market, we give you Barbaric. Unlike the other games at market, Barbaric offers fast, fun dungeon crawling sessions for you and up to 3 friends that play out in about 30 minutes. You can find more at www.barbaricgame.com, and that's the last I'm going to be talking about Barbaric up here on the stage. This talk is about the future. And if you're anything like me, you get a little bit annoyed at futurism talks because you get a person to come up and they start prattling on about the future and they make wild predictions, and then you have to ask yourself, how do you judge whether that was a good talk or not? It might be 5, 10, 20 years before those things happen. This person just didn't feel like giving a real talk. So, I got a plan. I need a volunteer from the audience. Will anybody please volunteer for me? Nick, how could I not, after an awesome introduction like that, accept your volunteering? Come on up here, buddy.
I said I'm not responsible for this.
Yeah. So, long time ago, Nick and I were at a conference, I forget where, and we were standing in the lobby. I was waiting for the elevator. Nick and I were chatting, and then Nick goes and does his thing. My elevator came, and I went into the elevator, and this person runs up to me and was like, do you remember what we were saying to each other that day? I don't remember what we were saying to each other, but that person comes up to me, and they're like, how could you talk to Nick Berry like that? Don't you know he's a god at Facebook? And so, ladies and gentlemen, who better to judge the validity of a talk about the future than a god? But there's something Nick doesn't know. Maybe nobody knows it. Maybe one person in the audience knows it. My mom knows it. I am also a god. If the press says it, it must be true, right? If the media says it, then it's true. And there are no takebacks, no changes. It also turns out that I'm under 30 forever. And we're going to play a little game. I'm a game designer. We're going to play a game I like to call Clash of the Gods. In 1999, as part of the team that developed and launched the Sega Dreamcast, I believed that in the future, all console gaming would be online console gaming. How'd I do on that prediction, Nick? All consoles are online. I don't know, man. I think your God radar is broken. So, 2003, as part of the team for the N-Gage, I said online mobile, that's where it's at. Online mobile is going to be huge. Today, mobile games make more than any other games. How'd I do on that prediction, Nick? Man, tough God here. 2004, massively multiplayer mobile game, the first massively multiplayer mobile game, Pocket Kingdom. Today, Game of War, Clash of Clans, all these massively multiplayer mobile games are making bank. How did I do on that prediction, Nick? Okay, I'm getting somewhere. 2005, I said that all games would be free and launched what the press calls the first social game. If they say it, it must be true, right? So how'd I do on that prediction? Okay. And in the same article that made me a god in 2006 and also made me under 30 for the rest of my life, I predicted that live streaming would be huge. Today, more people watch Twitch than watch CNN. How'd I do on that prediction, Nick? Yep, I'm doing well. 2009, 3 months before the launch of Angry Birds at a keynote at Games Convention Asia, I said that a mobile game would launch a giant movie property. How did I do, Nick? Jury's still out on that one. In 2010, keynote at Game Horizon, I predicted that the child of Julianne and Peter Capps would be conceived and that that child would rule the games industry in the future. How'd I do on that prediction, Nick?
I'm not sure.
Dude, the chosen one has been born. Let's start sucking up to that kid now, people. 2012, deep personalization, technology that would read your social media, would build game characters out of your friends, would build storylines out of your postings, games that would basically tailor themselves to you. How did I do on that prediction, Nick? Well, we'll see. Actually, that was the vision of my co-founders, Tipitat Chenivasan and Richard Au, and we sold the company to PlayFirst, who sold to Glue, and I really want that technology back because that is the future of games. Can I borrow $400 million to buy Glue Mobile, Nick? That's a god, ladies and gentlemen, right there. 2014, the rise of AAA development. There will be game studios that are their own publishers, are their own developers, own their own distribution, and have 100% say over how their capital is deployed. In 2009, what I didn't see when I was thinking about live streaming was that not only would gaming come to passive entertainment, people would watch games for fun, that live streaming would change or Darwinianly select the way that games get made. If you look at lifestyle games, games that players play, watch, research, games that are hobbies in and of themselves, you're going to notice a pattern. So let's take a look at all these games on Twitch that are the top viewed, and let's see what we can't discover. We are going to build a blue ocean matrix, which is a tool for disruptive product management. We're going to build a blue ocean matrix for lifestyle gaming. First thing we have to do is we need a very tight, very quick feedback cycle. The sessions have to be short. You have to lower the session time. So we're going to lower the session times of the games. And then we have to look at the problem with persistence, having character leveling. You get into this situation where you're level 50, I'm level 20, we can't play together meaningfully. You can run around killing things for me, but maybe I'm not having that much fun, and you're probably not having that much fun either. If you look at these lifestyle games, they eliminate persistence, or they have a meta progression that is outside of the core game loop. So that's what we want to do. And then, this is really key, streamers. The people streaming your game, a lot of them want to make that their living, and they need enough content so that they can stream 6 days a week, every week, 8 hours a day. You need enough content. And you can do that by offering procedural content and or multiplayer content. That's how all of these games do it. So if you raise your procedural content, multiplayer content, you lower your session time, you eliminate persistence, now, just add genre, you get a lifestyle game. For us, we were looking around and we asked ourselves, where are the lifestyle dungeon crawlers? Why isn't there a dungeon crawler that you can play in a 30-minute session with your friends and then be done? Play it over lunch, play it on Fridays. Where are the lifestyle dungeon crawlers? We achieved the most revolutionary 3D procedural level generation, dungeon generation ever seen in a game before. This game is beautiful, and it features over 100 billion adventures. Now, I am the world's #1 fan of hyperbole, and I will tell you, this is not hyperbole. Over 100 billion adventures, you can play every day for 100 million years, never see the same thing. This is what people were playing in the 80s. This is Rogue. This is what we give out today. It's real-time, skill-based combat. It's thoughtful. It's almost like Street Fighter. It's not the click, click, clicky, click of Diablo, and every character has over 300 animations. We're really excited about this game. We've checked all of our lifestyle boxes, and here's how our game works. You enter a dungeon, you explore, you fight a boss, and the boss drops a prize. You have to escape the dungeon with the prize. But here's the thing, the boss only drops one prize, and friendly fire is on. So you have to work together to beat the boss, but then you have to turn on your friends to get the prize out of the dungeon. Well, you don't have to turn on your friends. That's where a lot of the fun in our own playtesting has come from. It's not required by the game. As a designer, I love software that kind of reaches out of the software and into the player's soul to find out about the player. Now, long time ago, I worked with this guy, Ed Annunziata, who is the creator of Echo the Dolphin. And something he said to me has stuck with me my entire career, which is, if they're gritting their teeth, it's a game. And in our game, we were gritting our teeth. It was fun. So I got this business partner, co-founder, some might even say husband. This is a picture of our wedding day. And he is a former vice president at Activision for Call of Duty, Skylanders, Guitar Hero, Oscar winner, handsome. And we were sitting around hatching dragon eggs like we do. And he told me, the game needs something more. I got you, fam. So when in doubt, play some Legend of Zelda. I was looking at the Legend of Zelda, and I was thinking to myself, we could do puzzle systems. How's that going to work? Well, got goals, got puzzles, got clues. Most importantly, you could go ahead and say, this is the goal of the puzzle, this is the puzzle, and we're going to design the puzzle. The goal of the puzzle is to loot and to open. That's almost every role-playing game puzzle. But then, once you design a puzzle, you have to have the player character able to react to that. What I like to do is, I like to look at the verbs of player action. What verbs are the players capable of? And then we can build puzzles around that. All these puzzles follow the same kind of formula. Find the clues, so you can verb the puzzle, so you can goals. We have these verbs. We can stand, walk, jog, run, light attack, heavy attack, combo attack, equip something, unequip something, light something up, extinguish it, cast some light, kill something, or we could die. And I'm saying to myself, we could make a system out of this. And here's an example of how that would work. So knowing that most RPG puzzles revolve around looting things and opening things, a gateway, a door, find the key, taking the verbs, ignite something, extinguish something, came up with this, the torch installation. There's a collection of 6 torches. Based on clues, players have to figure out which torches to light to solve the puzzle. I'm going to show you this in action with our very simplest clue, which is a mirror. There's another torch installation somewhere in the dungeon, and the players have to find it to figure out what torches to light.
It's lit.
It's lit, people. So here we are, we're running. We find a torch installation. It has these 5 torches lit. So now we're going to go find its partner somewhere. And we find it. And we light those up. And oh man, it's crazy town. We solve the puzzle. Stuff starts falling from the ceiling. Somewhere else in the dungeon, a gate opens, and players can go through it. Wow, that's really dark, but that is a gate opening. Just have to imagine a gate opening there. So, taking this basic formula, you could have clues as to what torches to light. You could have combinations of different torches to light, and then you can have different outcomes for lighting the torches in the correct order. That creates in software 7,440 puzzles. It is algorithmic puzzle generation, and we have a lot of these puzzles, and we can just keep adding them. Currently, in our game, there are over 50,000 possible puzzles for you to solve using very simple atoms of gameplay. And this made me think about Mai-Tran. Mai-Tran is an award-winning game designer. She's one of the only people who has 3 games in the top 100 in the mobile app store. Here she is hanging out with some old guy I don't know. You can look for her in Fast Company magazine. And I was watching her talk here at Casual Connect last year, and she was saying that if you branch quests, you get a higher player retention. So if you have quest 1, and then some players get quest 2A, and some players get quest 2B. They meet back for quest 3. They branch out to quest 4A and 4B, and on and on. The branching quests, it actually retains players at a higher clip. She also found that if you put random timers on your quests, you have 40 minutes to do this quest, 2 hours to do this quest, 2 days to do this quest, that you get higher player engagement. Players are coming back more often. And that's very important for free-to-play gaming. As the old saying goes, retention, retention, retention. You get them back for play 2, day 2, week 2. They're going to pay you. And that's what I love about Casual Connect, is it's the only conference where every sentence ends with, to make money. The organizers actually require that, so there it is. They're not going to send me to Casual Connect jail. And I was thinking about the algorithmic puzzle system that we made and how to abstract that. Verbs, challenges, goals. You verb the challenges for your goals. You can do the same thing to quests. You can find the clues, so you can verbs the quests, so you can goals. If having a double branching quest increases retention, what does having a quest that branches 8,000 times give you? It's interesting to think about, and it's all about the verbs. The verbs are the key. And I was thinking about the verbs. Verbs, man. You have by-hand game design, where the game designer builds the game, everything is plotted out. Random game design, where the game designer just throws basic atoms of gameplay at the wall randomly. Procedural game design, where the game designer has built rules and the system follows the rules to put the gameplay together. But what about artificially intelligent game design based on verbs? And here's what I mean. This is Google's Deepmind AI. Google's Deepmind AI has taught itself how to walk. A computer program has a body, and it experiments on that body until it finds a way to locomote. Basically, this is software creating a verb. If we have software that creates a verb, we can have software that creates challenges, acting on that verb. Here we see our hero, LeBron James, the greatest human who has ever lived, jumping, passing, shooting. Computers can probably even do better than that. I don't know if it's quite possible to top LeBron James, but if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be a computer. We can have software that builds verbs, that builds challenges for those verbs, and it goes even farther. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Sometime, all of your VR headsets, and people will probably be having the VR headsets, they're going to have neural sensors in them. They're going to track your beta endorphin levels, cortisol levels. They're going to know what's fun for you. So if you take a piece of software that's acting on verbs to create challenges, to create games, and then it's tracking your own body chemistry to figure out what you like, plugging that back into the AI, it creates a game just for you. You get a game. You get a game. Everyone gets a game. Since the 90s, the goal of the games industry, you talk to a lot of game designers, it's like, where does it all go? It goes to the holodeck. But even the holodeck didn't have AI game design. It didn't have that concept. So what I'm really trying to say is, Tipitat Srinivasan, $50 million man, can I have some money? Because this is the future of games. All of this coming together. Procedural animation, AI-trained animation, artificially intelligent game design, deep learning, deep personalization, pulling your friends into the game based on your social network. Even today, you can download this package called Sylvia, and it will let you talk to non-player characters in a game using a microphone, and they respond. It's pretty amazing. All of this stuff coming together is going to build these entertainment experiences that we never even imagined possible, which what I'm really trying to say is, I quit. I mean, John Henry beat the machine, but he died doing it. I ain't going out like that. Thank you for coming to my last talk. I hope you enjoyed it.